Hello everyone, how are we doing? Hopefully this will work. Can this work? What's going on? Ooh, okay, my computer seems to be acting up. Alright, no, seems to be better now. Hopefully I'm coming through okay. Might just stop that music and then just put on some that I've got on here. Okay, what's going on here? Ugh. Let's try that. Yep, all is okay, says Facts and Theories. Never not so clever at this, says, guess who's back again, again. Dodson's back. Telling Jen. Dodson's back. Yo, Facts and Theories says, the review for Dino-Defenders is going good, by the way. Excellent, that's what I like to hear. Music. I'll just put on any old rubbish. Let's go Christmassy. Let's go Polar Express. Why not? Is it gonna play? Okay, there we go. Should be able to hear everything okay. Now, today, what we're going to do is edit this frame here. Which I actually put a tease of this up on my Instagram, so hopefully this will all work. Why? They're saying it's coming through low video output, why? Shouldn't. Should be okay. Christmas in July, yes, exactly. It's telling me on my live stream on here that I'm coming through not so good, but at the same time it says it's looking good. Oh, Facts and Free says looking good. Okay. I'm just going to leave it. I'm just going to do it, and if the live stream fails, it fails, doesn't it? So, let's get busy. Oh, just before I start, you guys might like to see I got a sexy new keyboard. Look at that beast. Nice and colourful. Yeah, it's got this like really nice feeling keys on it. So hopefully the editing on this computer will be going much better. So first things first, I'm going to cut the background out and keep the foreground. So I wasn't originally planning on live streaming today, but then I just thought, well, my wife actually went out for a few hours to go have lunch with a friend, and I figured, you know what, I've got some time, then I might as well do a bit of streaming. I was going to paint this anyway, so I figured, why the heck not? By the way, I really appreciate the text boxes and how they don't move too much to be satisfying for the eyes. Sorry if I looked too deep, says Faxrace. No worries. Just making sure. How does this work? Oh, I see. It's Control Z. Okay, and then. Yeah. Okay, that works. Yeah, the thing with the text boxes in Dino-Defenders is it like. I'm kind of being a bit cheeky with them. And by that I mean that, you know, you can't concentrate on all of the image and everything that's going on the first time round. It's either you pick watching the images or you pick reading the text boxes. So I kind of get too if people are inclined, but I get 2 views out of everyone, unless they can actually like read them and then have a quick look at the images. But there's like animation and stuff going on at the same time, so I can understand why some people might find that frustrating. But at the same time, I don't know, it's just something I haven't seen done before, and whether it works, it works. Whether it doesn't, it doesn't. But either way, I like it. I think it's a kind of unique, and it's kind of like cutscenes from a video game anyway, so that was planned to be like that right from the beginning. Do you program macrons and such when you art? Says Never Not So Clever at this. I have no idea what that means. I've noticed that I've been looking all over for secrets as facts and theories. Nice. Have you made any facts or theories about Dino-Defenders? Dino-Defenders game? Well, no, I mean like the I would love to do a game for it one day. What I mean is like the text boxes coming up in the style that they are, like pixel art style. You know, it looks like a cutscene from like an old SNES game or something, like when those text boxes come up. One scene at a time. The speed hasn't been overbearing, if that's what you're worried about. The story moves. Nice. Well, yeah, that's the other thing. That's the main thing I wanted to capture with the series, was like this rhythm to the whole thing, and have it, because when I glue all the episodes together, it's going to be like feature length. It's going to be like a feature length film, like maybe an 1 hour 15 minutes, around that sort of time. So like you want it to feel like a movie. So like episode 3, if you stick it all together, episode 3, I think it ends at like 44 minutes or something if you stick them all together. When you take the credits off episodes 2 and 3. And so if you think you watch a film, I think in Jurassic World, like the Indominus escapes from its paddock around the 40-minute mark, I believe. It's either it attacks the escapes from its paddock, or it attacks the boys in the gyrosphere at 40 minutes. But it's around then. You know, like the T-Rex escapes from its paddock in Jurassic Park at the hour mark. The chest burster bursts out of John Hurt's chest in Alien at about the 50-minute mark, I think. So it's like, it's all around that sort of area. You don't want to go for like what Jurassic Park 3 does, where it has like the Spinosaurus attack and the big fight between that and the T-Rex 20 minutes into the movie. But then again, like I say that, I don't know how long episodes 4 and 5 are going to be of this. I'm just going to make them, and I know where episode 4 is going to end, so I have an end point in mind. But it's more about what happens in between. And I've planned out all of episode 4 already, and there's some pretty massive set pieces in this episode, so it's like, I don't know how long it's going to take for those to be executed in the story. They could take like forever to make, but only last like 2 seconds. But either way, it's like for episode 3 of Dino-Defenders, you know, the whole helicopter crashing into the pylon, the communications pylon, and blowing that up and having that fall on the base and crush everything, and people running out of the way, and you know, and all that sort of stuff. That took me absolutely ages to make, but it lasts what, I think it's about a minute actually. I think it's 1 minute of footage from the moment the helicopter's struck by lightning to the moment you have the zoom out of the base with Buzz looking out. That's just the nature of the beast. Now the complicated bit here is trying to work out what I planned to be a gap in the foliage and what I didn't. I think this. Never Not So Clever at This says, that was really well done. It's not spoilery, it's trailer bait. Yeah. Well, the thing was, I didn't put anything to do with the helicopter crash until after it was out. The only thing close to things related to that were the reaction shots of Kate and some of the others like looking up and going ah, like, and all this sort of stuff, like beforehand. But obviously beforehand people think, oh, are they looking at a dinosaur, looking at what? But I didn't put anything to do with the actual plane crash. And the only spoiler dinosaur wise I put in the trailer, obviously there was the Megaraptor chasing Jess, Wesley and Mia in the van, but I don't show the end of or what happens to that. And also the guy Bill getting his head chomped. Like, I knew I wanted to show that in the trailer because obviously to get people to be enticed to watch it, you have to show a tease of like some of the dino action. But like things like John getting his arm bitten off and stuff, like all that I wanted to keep secret until the actual episode, so. A wonderful homage to Deep Blue Sea. Yeah. I've always just liked how, like, even though Deep Blue Sea's not like the greatest film ever made or anything, I've always liked the initial attack by the shark and all that sort of stuff. So I was like, oh, I want to do something like that. But they did it so the thing that goes wrong in that is the winch gets caught and then the guy falls into the water and then the shark grabs the guy and like drags the helicopter towards the communications tower and blows up there. So the shark actively drags that and then smashes the window with the guy in the stretcher. And I did originally plan, like, there was many things I planned for how the helicopter was going to crash in episode 3. one of the ideas I had, I kid you not, was they were going to be flying up, and then Rose was going to look off to the left and be like, what the hell is that? And then you see the trees moving, and then out from the trees, the Mega Raptor was going to jump and land on the front of the helicopter and bring it down. But then I thought, you know what? The Mega Raptor's not there at that time frame, and I don't know if that was just too much. There'd be too many questions. So I thought, actually, you know what? I've got a better idea, and this was a while ago. So then I came up with the idea of the storm cloud and all the narrative purpose for that being there came with it. So I was like, oh, you know what? That's a much more deeper idea, much more to chew on. Is the Megaraptor more of a monster than an animal, says Facts and Theories? It's an animal. I'll say that much. It's an animal, but it might not be what you expect. So you'll have to wait till episode 4. Find out more about that. But I'll tell you now, just to give you some perspective on time. Let me give you some perspective. So, episode 3, I did... two... 155 frames were created for episode 3, and only 154 made it in. There was a deleted shot that didn't make it into the show, which actually, let me show you that. Show you this deleted shot. So just but for perspective, of 155 frames I made for episode 3, and I'm now on. This is frame 4 I'm working on right now of episode 4, so you can kind of see how far I've got to go. It's going to be a while before we see episode 4. Yeah, let me bring up this deleted frame. Where is it? Here it is. So it's during the attack with the Megaraptor chasing the van. And the shot was going to be Wesley firing, and then a shell comes out of his gun and cracks on the windshield. There you go. It's a smart animal. The most dangerous is never not so clever. It's a panicked animal. Oh, you'll see. Smart animals make plans. Says never not so clever at this. It might be a little bit more than that. But yeah, here's a deleted shot. I didn't put this one in. I wasn't satisfied with it. I didn't like how I drew her. I thought the effects I put on this are just too... I don't know, we see effects like that all the time, but that was the idea. But I deleted that shot. I was like, you know what, we don't need it. And it made it more intense to go from him shooting the dinosaur, the Megaraptor roaring, and then cut to the shot of it jumping onto the van. Okay, that's not too bad. It's funny if I remove the bars, you can see how much more of the image there is. Which actually is probably how I should edit it, just in case I want to move the camera. Oh, actually, I just realised something. I've made a mistake. Yeah, go back to about there. Do this bit again. You'll be in the corner theorising while your dog goes mad. Yo, Big Shark, how we doing? What format is this? PNG? At the moment it's a Photoshop file, so PSD. But I'll save it as a PNG when because there's going to be layers. So, let me open up a file for you and I can kind of walk you through what's going to be happening in this scene. So if I open up this fella, and then bring him in. So obviously I haven't finished editing it, but well, actually let me do this first. Let me do this, and I'm just going to finish what I was just doing, and then I'll explain like sort of what's going on with this shot, because it's not really spoilery. Guten Morgen. Guten Morgen, Herr Big Shark. Herr Big Shark. Oh, cheers for the tip, Big Shark. That's most kind. Thank you very much. Never not so clever at this is hair big. Alright, so let's get this done. Dropping deuces, yeah. He sure is. He's a champ. Okay, so what's going to happen in this scene is the Mega Raptor is going to walk in like this. And then it might actually be about that big. Let's get the Mega Raptor is going to be walking in like this. And it's going to stop here. And then its head's going to turn. I'm going to do this really crudely. Its head's going to turn and look forwards. And then it'll roar. And then run, but like like this. Oh, wait, I haven't got a. It'll run like this way. So the head will turn, so it's like looking more forwards like this. And then it'll roar, where it's like goes like that, and then it'll run that way. So that is the plan for this. This frame here that we're working on today. So now I've got that, what I can do with the background is take that out. So we're going to take out the background now, although we have to duplicate the layer again. Making layers to make this forest look nice and good. Now I'm going for a kind of different mood to this forest than what we've seen in the previous episodes. Because I like the idea of each episode having its own sort of mood and feeling. That's why I've been changing like the logo each episode as well. And I've already got the logo for episode 4 done. I've actually got all the opening titles done and everything. Let me open up what the mood of this forest looks like in episode 4. So here's a background from the previous frame. I have finished this frame with the characters and everything, but this is the background, so you can get the mood of the forest. There's a lot more purples, it's darker, and this is like a low angle shot looking up. The trees are more overbearing and it's like closing in, and there's only a little bit of light at the top. So I'm going to be matching this kind of mood forest to this one here. Yeah. You get the idea. What are your thoughts on Rugops Primus? Says Big Shot. I have no idea what that is. I have no idea what you're talking about. Hello, Juggless Juggler 89. How you doing? Love that username. Juggless Juggler 89. Coming in to say hi. It's actually funny because it doesn't really matter how rough I am with this because we've got this top layer over it, so we can just get rid of this background. Realised I need to keep this tree in the foreground. It's a species of dinosaur from the late Cretaceous. Let me Google it. Let me Goog. Or should I say DuckDuckGo it? Rugops primus. Let's have a look. What we got here then? Interesting. Have they literally only found its skull? Yeah, it's an interesting looking dinosaur. I mean, as far as I can tell, they've only found its skull, right? Yeah. It's cool. It's a dinosaur. I do find it funny, like when they find the skull of a dinosaur or something, and then they just make up the rest of the animal based on the skull. But it's not like they just make it up. I guess they take educated guesses based on the bone structure of the skull and compared to other bone structures on the skulls of dinosaurs that are similar, and then they look at the bodies if they have the more complete skeleton of the dinosaurs that have similar skull shape, and then they can make an educated guess on what the body's like for the Rugops. But it still makes me laugh that like it could have like a theropod type head, but like on the body of like, I don't know, a Stegosaurus. Could you imagine that? Like, looks like a Stegosaurus waddling around on all fours, but it just has the head of the Rugops. Never not so clever at this. Oh no, wait. Juggler 89 says, anyone here seen Birdemic, Shock and Terror before? Asked out of morbid curiosity. No, I haven't seen it. I've heard of it because I watched John Tron's video on it. As Never Not So Clever just said in the chat, John Tron reviewed Birdemic. Just want to make sure that my mic is coming through okay. I've realised I've got the chat over here, so I don't want to like talk away from the mic and then my voice goes down in volume or something. Okay, that's pretty good. So now, as you can see, we've got 3 layers. Let's take them all down. We've got the back layer, which looks like, actually, we've got the front layer, second layer, third layer. Now what I'm going to do is edit the third layer. We're going to match it. Actually, let me open up that frame I had before. This one here. We're going to match the background, so it's got to be sort of red, purple and bluish. Yeah, I really like John Tron's content as well. Never Not So Clever at this. Juggler says, I've also seen The Room. If anyone wants to ask me about that movie, I agree. Never Not So Clever at this. John Tron rules indeed. I've seen The Room. and I'll be honest, I didn't find it that funny. I've seen funnier, worse, like bad movies. I didn't get what the hype around the room was. Okay, and then bottom one, we're just going to need to darken it. Okay, so we're going to have the light source coming from the sort of this way. Sort of, let's get the exposure up, like this way. I didn't really get the hype either. Neil Breen is where it is when it comes to so bad it's good cinema. Just says Juggless. Yeah. I watch a lot of red letter media and they're always going on about Neil Breen. Gotta try and get that sort of broken light that you get through the canopy. Actually, no, tell a lie. You want that on that frame, but on this one we want it the other way because there's actually a gap in the forest this side. It'll be the opposite. Now that just looks cozy, says Never Not So Clever at This. Is rain coming to Fax and Free's way? No worries, man. If you have to dip out or go, you have to go. When you gotta go, you gotta go. Oops. Bit too dark on that one. Maybe I need to bring the brush size down a bit. Juggles says, it's my first time being in one of these streams, and it's 6 in the morning where I am. Greetings from America, by the way. Well, greetings. And it's the 2nd of July, so it's not Independence Day yet, but let me just say happy Alien Invasion Day, because that's the date, isn't it, in Independence Day when the aliens invade is July 2nd. So enjoy that. I wouldn't be surprised if that actually happens, you know, given the current events of 2020. And yeah, thanks for tuning in. First time coming to one of these streams. They're just relaxed streams, these things, where we just chat some rubbish and I do a bit of painting. I'm actually going to put now that overlay over this same background. Might actually add a different colour there. "6 a.m. crowd for the win." Yeah, it's currently 11:30 in the morning where I am. So yeah, I'm guessing you're East Coast then. East Coast. Actually, that's... doesn't look too bad compared to Smart Object. Okay, now with this top layer, I'm just going to sort of neaten up these leaves, I think, because they look a bit messy. They're a bit messy to look at. Global markets set their watches to East Coast time. Says never not so clever at this. I'm a temporal supremacist. well, British. What is it? Is it Great Greenwich Mean Time or British Summer Time, where they set the clocks to 0000? So there you go. Got you there. Got you there, you bloody temporal supremacist. I'm the real temporal supremacist. Temporal vampire. Actually, I need to look that up. What's Yeah, Greenwich Mean Time, that's it. Is 0. Set to 0. Plus 0. Using sort of a highlighter to get some of the detail out of the background. Never Not So Clever. This says, Jack, I must reiterate that you should check out the book Devolution by Max Brooks. It's very Crichton. One day I will get round to reading that. I promise. One day. I'm currently reading. Well, I've got 3 books on the go at the moment. 2 audiobooks and then one I'm actually reading. It's also, finding the time. But I do want to check it out. I've heard, you're not the first to recommend it to me. Let's put it that way. Let's put it that way. I just realised that I put those lines on the background here. Oh bugger. What can I do? Let me copy those. And I'll literally just paste them. And then link them to the bottom layer. So now they're on that layer. Yeah, there we go. You're a family man now. Yeah. Hope all is well with you and yours in the age of COVID. Yeah, we're all good. We're all good on our end. Where I live is quite lucky because they reckon not many people have actually contracted it near where I live, based on the fact that I live in a place where no one's really travelling through to get anywhere. It's like it's sort of a dead end. So we've been very lucky. Like my mum works in a care home, and they've had absolutely zero cases. Juggler says, I'm going to head out now and go watch Independence Day. It's been a while since I've seen it, along with reading the World War series from Harry Turtledove. Well, enjoy. Have a good day. And if I don't speak to you before July 4th, happy Independence Day. From me, the British man. Juggler says, I also own a movie tie-in edition of Harry Adams' Knight's Carnosaur, which I consider to be the holy grail of my collection, and likewise Godspeed, Never Last October, and Terradome 3000. Thanks, man. Thank you for tuning in. Most kind. I'm actually going to use this layer and cut out this tree. Just roughly. And cut out this tree as well. Just cut out all of this. Just roughly cut it out. Oh, actually, I want to go this way. Come down there. Literally just going to cut that out like this. So we've got that. We're going to put that here. Get rid of these two. It's just because I want to like blend two of the trees, because I actually think this may be a little bit too bright now. Oh, see, look at that. There's a whole big chunk of that there. Big chungus. Okay, so now what we can do is just drop the opacity. See, kind of looks better now, so it's not so harsh on the old eyes. It does look a bit weird though, and I just realised that the... Oh, let me duplicate that again. And again. And again. Merge all those. Okay, so now... Yeah, that looks better. I'm going to use this brush and do a soft brush, very big. Another siren going past. And then what we're going to do is just up brightness like this. I might actually darken this. And then darken the rest of this. In mid-tone. So we know InGen was cloning plants, the book alludes to cloning insects also, and now we have Maisie. We know about InGen's production list, but is there a research list somewhere? Says Never Not So Clever at This. That's a good question. I'm not going to answer that question. That'd have to be something we have to wait and see. Actually, I'm going to undo that. Maybe I'll undo... Oh, that looks pretty good. Just trying to work out the lighting so you can get the layers right. You see that's too dark now. The darkness to be on here a little bit more, just at the top of this. I'm gonna sneeze, I think. Oh, no. Oh my god, it's not coming. Now I'm actually going to open that Mega Raptor again because I just want to use it as reference for this layer. So let's say it's about that big, yeah. Maybe even smaller, actually. Maybe about that. So it'll come to about there. It's not looking too bad, actually. The lighting on the plants. Maybe. Where can I leave it? Okay. You do a new layer. We're going to do a shaft of light. We're actually going to use this as reference. Do a shaft of light like down here. Where we do that. Actually, not like that. Use a box. Right, now we do edit, transform perspective. Make a big old triangle. It's like the light is being diffused. We will then blur it. Considerably so, and then we'll drop the opacity. And we'll put it below that, so now it's behind. Yeah, it looks pretty good. And now I'm going to duplicate it again because I want to put another one back here. And now we're going to use a blurring tool to just blur the background. So that's so you can get the added depth. And the very back. Oh, didn't mean to do that. And the very background as well. Just do the minor edges. Okay, that's not looking too bad now. There's one more. The actual light layer here, I'm going to stick to that second layer there. Okay, and now I'm going to do a drop shadow on this. So you can see we've got a shadow between all this. There we go, so the distance there. You sly dog, says Never Not So Clever at This. What do we want? We want the light's going that way, isn't it? So we want to spread it about so. Just so it gives that extra bit of depth to the forest. And then we're going to even do it again on this layer, which I'm going to merge those two. So now we've got a light layer there. I'm just going to blur the top of that because the light's hitting it. Shadow, that's what I was doing. Do a drop shadow on this layer. This time we're going to have a bit more of a distance on it. Okay, convert that to a smart object. Actually, no, don't do that yet, because what I'm going to do is change the lighting on this. See, this is what's always fascinating to me because I don't have an eye for it. 20 minutes ago, I was like, oh, that's awesome. Now it's a whole new picture, says Never Not So Clever at This. Well, it evolves as it goes. And as you know, as I've been drawing this series, I've been learning a lot about techniques just through my own, playing around with stuff. So, like, actually, that's a good idea. Let's open up what it originally looked like. Where's the original? Here it is. So here's the original painting. And actually, to go even one better, oh, here it is. First one I picked up. That's the original right here. It's this A3 watercolor, and that's the one I've scanned, which you can see right there. So I just have to put this back, and then so it goes from that to I guess this. So yeah, you can see the difference if I fill the screen with it. Yeah, go from that to this. I wish I could get it like exactly how it looks. I wonder if we can do that. Almost. Yeah, it's all about depth and how I see it in my mind's eye. Like when I painted this, I knew the Megaraptor's going to walk in, so I was like, okay, so I'm going to cut around this. And that's why these plants in the foreground, these silhouetted ones, I'm going to do again. This is a new layer. Once you add in the Megaraptor as well, you've got like, it's the painted background with the cartoony looking character. So it's... yeah, it's just I don't know. You just got to try and imagine this 2D image in a 3D way. So like I'm imagining where the light's coming from, and so there's a light source. I'm just going to ruin the picture for a second. Actually, no, I'm going to make a new layer. So you have a light source in my mind's eye coming from. Bear with me. There's a light source coming from here. Like up in the canopy, so there's a light source coming from here, there's a light source coming from here, but because this tree here is in the foreground, not the same light come from here, not the same background as this one, that's why you get the shadow here, but you get the light hitting here because the shot that's next after this one in the series, there's a big open space, like a, you know, so the light should be coming from here as well. So that's why you've got like let me edit, redo. Yeah, that's why you've got like light source spreading here, 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 here on the trees, on here. You've got a little bit of light source on the top here. To represent like light maybe coming down from the top down from the tree canopy, but it's also to separate this layer from the background as well, so there is some liberties being taken in sort of how light works. But you just have to try and envision it in your head as like a 3D image as much as you can, and like when it came to this one, like I did the same with the background to get the background done, and this isn't even the finished version because when I added the characters in, you know what, I'm just going to show you, and it's a bit of a spoiler for episode 4, but when I added the characters in, you know, you got Jess and Wesley here, you got this low angle shot of them looking down, you know, the coloration, you got this light shaft coming through. I don't know, it just changes the dynamic of the image when you've got these characters in here as well. But the background, like when I added the purple in, because I knew I wanted to make it like a darker forest, so this whole forest sequence in episode 4, there's going to be this sort of like purplish colouring to the background of the forest until they leave the forest, you know. But anyway, yeah, it's just all about envisioning it as a 3D image in your head. That's the best way to describe it. And it's also like I wanted to add detail in this series, so it could be something that people go back to and always see something that they didn't see before. There's always like new details to pick up. I see what you mean. Having the guys in front reshapes the picture. Yeah, exactly. You can look at that image there, and you've got this weird. It looks weird because the trees are all like you're looking at it from below. But then when you look at it with this, with the characters, it like changes the image, and now you can kind of see how Jess looks a bit weird, but it's because, and his head looks big to his body, it's because we're sort of looking up at them. But it, yeah, and then I always need to think of like where the text boxes are going to go. So the text box here will probably go like here, maybe, or not over his chin, but maybe like there, or it can go. I don't know. Yeah, it'll probably go here like that. Don't think it would go up there. Maybe even at the top. No, because you gotta see all of that image. But yeah, you get the idea. You get it, boo. So now I'm just using the finger tool to spike up some of the plant life on this branch here. Actually, I don't want to listen to this again. What we got? I appreciate seeing the process. It is super zen, says Never Not So Clever at This. Cheers, man. That was the aim of doing these live streams, was to create relaxing time painting backgrounds. And it's also like something different. I've said this before in the past, but like it's something different for YouTube to see the pretty much the entire process of a cartoon series being made. And then you get those exciting moments where on a night where the episode's going to launch and it's like you'll finally see the fruits of all the labour. I just think as far as YouTube content goes, there's so much on here, and not to mention, you know, they're always changing their bloomin' terms and conditions and all that sort of stuff. And they're always banging on about how they want people to make original content and all that sort of stuff. So it's like, well, hopefully you can't get any more original than this. He says as the Overwatch music plays in the background. Thanks to live streaming, I can, or like, you know, the advent of gaming live streaming, I can have music like this playing in the background, and it's all good. I've bought Overwatch, I've streamed it, I will stream it again in the future, so. Ah, I just realised something. So this tree should have the shadow of this tree on it. So I'm just going to do... Actually, no, I'll do that again. Just so it gives that extra bit of shadow from this tree to this tree. Maybe even actually down here. That's not bad, that's not bad. I'm actually also now going to add another gradient overlay onto this top layer. But it's not going to be like this, it's going to be just yellow. To match this. Hang on a second, get rid of you. There we go. And we're just going to put that. Just to help it a little bit more. Convert that to a smart object. Now I'm going to use the sharpen tool to sharpen it up a little bit, because it's meant to be in the foreground, so it's meant to be the thing we're looking at. That helps. Disco Forest. Yeah, yeah. Wait, let's do Disco Forest. Are you ready? Or even better, like. Oh god, I'm an idiot. I'm actually tweaking the coloration here. I want to make sure it matches this. You can see the bottom is more browny red. So maybe I do need to change this to be a little bit more like that. Yeah. And now I'm actually going to darken, which I'll use the darken tool here. I'm going to clip that, Jack, and put it to music. Yeah, please do. I want to see that. Send it to me. That meme that shit. I've just noticed I missed a little bit to cut out. There it is. Okay. Not too bad, not too bad. I think I might need to up the contrast on this layer. No. What do I need to do? Take the brightness down on this one. Right, now how does it look with the... Nope. Oh, let's add a glow. Add a glow. actually do need to put good colour, so let's do that. Let's add a glow. What I'm going to do is copy that, delete it, and then paste it, and then we can choose how much glow we want. That's the mood lighting right there. Alright, convert that to a smart object. I'm actually going to merge those back layers now. So now they're all one layer. And now I'm just going to fiddle with the exposure. It's all just experiment to see what looks good. Oh my god. I've got it. I've got the disease. I've got the virus. Okay. I think that is looking pretty darn good. Except for some reason I don't like that bit of the tree. So let me just grab a colour. Just going to go over it with a soft brush, a light colour brown. Bits in here that okay, just trying to think what else. Oh, maybe take the colour down on that background just a bit. That's looking pretty darn good. Okay, I think I'm satisfied with that. Except for maybe... I don't know why that's bugging me up there. Maybe needs more lines. Ooh. Yeah. Yeah, that looks much better. Oh, dearie me. Swallowed and it went down the wrong way. Okay, that's looking rather swish. Now what I'm going to do is do these leaves down here in the foreground. I'm actually going to cut them out. I'm just going to cut them out as they are. So let's do this. Let's do this! Again, it doesn't really have to be precise because I said so. Oops. Okay, I'm just readjusting my hand. That's why you got that squiggly bit there. Just has to be sort of in the basic same shape. Oh, that's the front door. I can hear my wife's going to go answer it, so I'm not going to jump up. Plus I'm in the middle of doing this. Oh, no, I buggered it up. Oh, God, that gets... I can't believe I messed that up. Right, so let's try this end. Let's go this end this time. This is like a game in itself. Yo, Tine of Serpents, how are we doing? So that is going to be... See, all I'm going to do with this in the foreground is I'm literally just going to whack it all the way down to a black. So it's like a solid black in the foreground. Silhouetted. God, again. Can't let go of it. So now let's go up this way. Okay, so now we're going to copy and paste and then do exactly what I just said. We're going to drop the lightness all the way down so it's in the foreground like this. And then I'm just going to drop the opacity because there's some bits I need to cut out. Like this. Ton of Serpent says, I was confused about the title because I knew you'd already finished Treasure Planet. Oh, does it still say, it still says Treasure Planet? It's meant to say Painting Live. Come on, YouTube, why aren't you changing my titles? Thanks for pointing that out. Let me know if the title changes now, because that's really annoying. Because I actually changed the title. I don't know why it didn't save it. Bastard YouTube. And yes, I have completed Disney's Treasure Planet. I actually got in the post 2 new games that I'll be live streaming soon. Let me show you. one of my favourite films had a sequel, a PlayStation 2 game, Hulk, the PlayStation 2, which is a relatively short game from what I remember, but a fun one. So we're going to be playing that next on live stream whenever I get around to playing video games. And this one, which I have no idea how good this is going to be, but it looks like fun. Indiana Jones and the Emperor's Tomb, which I love the cover. It just looks like one of the other old films. And it even comes with this booklet set in 1935, and it's like this booklet that looks like an Indiana Jones like diary or something. Tells you about the moves and where you go. I think he goes to China in this, fights Nazis and all that. So hopefully we'll be playing these two in the near future. Hulk first, and then Indiana Jones. Anyway, where was I up to? Okay, so what I'm going to do now is this foreground layer with these bushes. I'm just going to add a shadow, which might seem a bit pointless with a foreground. And then I'm going to convert them to a smart object, and then we're actually going to blur. Have it blurred, like actually, maybe I'll blur them. Maybe I won't add the shadow. Maybe I will literally just blur them. Literally. I will actually blur them. Would you believe it? Like so. And then, because we've got these bars, these black bars, what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually merge them together. So now, the black... Get rid of that. The black bars have those on them. And then you've got this layer, then you've got the background. And the Mega Raptor in this frame will be walking in like this. So I think for now, almost done, I think. Oh, that's better. That's what I was looking for. Because it gives it more of a 3D edge. Background, I might even see about dropping. No, actually that looks all good there. Just up the brightness down here. What am I looking for? Maybe take the saturation down a little bit. And then what I might actually do is I want to change the no, actually no, it's the right color. Okay. I think I'm done here. I think I'm done. Just add some detail onto this. I keep saying I think I'm done, but I'm not. Facts and Theory says hello again. Wow, that's looking good. Never Not So Clever says, I know, right? True art looks good, says Facts and Theories with Jaws. Well, thank you very much. That's very kind of you guys. I might actually post this on Instagram when I'm done with a before and after shot. So I'm actually going to add some detail on here. It's just so it that doesn't look so messy. And then I might actually even blur it a little bit round. Oop, wrong one. Blur it around this corner a little bit. It's just so that looks more natural like that. I still think I need to highlight the edge of this tree. Maybe if I do it, yeah, like that. That zoomed in shot looks real. I love the colour you've used on the dinosaurs. It looks realistic. What, just solid blue? Just solid blue colour. Use this highlight. Just gonna brighten this again. Okay, I think that is it for the background. Now, let me get rid of these. Let me save this. So you see before and after. Actually, let me save this as a before and after ready for my Instagram. Let me open up an Instagram image. I'll just use this one, just so I've got the right size. I don't think I even posted this one online. What I can do is copy that, paste it in here. Do that, and then layer flatten this image. Paste that in there. And then we can see the before and after. Maybe I will just stick that down there. Just trying to match it up to what you actually see. I like to do. Well, I would like to add a picture or link or anything, but anyway, I'll layer flatten this. File, save it as. Actually, would it be cooler if you can see? We get rid of those black bars. Would it be better to see it like this? No, I think I preferred it the other way. I might even stretch it, just so you can get the full image in. Yo, David, how you doing? I have a theory as to why they changed the Dilo's skull structure in Jurassic Park. I think they did it to make a less menacing look, so it would make Nedry's death more comedic or something. Well, it can show like the Dilophosaurus being all sweet and cute looking, and then reveal its hideous, screeching, more violent side. Okay, that's better. So layer, flatten image, and we'll save this as Instagram Jungle Ep 4, so episode 4. Tease! I'll post that on my Instagram in a few minutes after the stream. So now going back to this, what I want to do is I'll be saving all these layers like individually. Why is that not? Huh. Interesting. I'm actually going to copy and paste that and then delete that. Get rid of the excess. So you can see this image here. Like if I grab it, look how big that layer actually is, because there's all the light and everything. So if I go in and then go back out, just grab it all, copy and paste, and then get rid of that layer. Okay, no. Now what's going on there? Why is... Oh, maybe I need to sort that out actually. How do you feel Ray Harryhausen is 100? Well, I mean... he would have been 100, yeah, if he was alive today. Yeah, I mean, it's great. I think... not great that he's passed, but... great that there's so many out there celebrating his 100th. I would like to do something for it. I've never seen 20 Million Miles to Earth, and I do have a copy of it, so maybe I'll watch that. I'd like to do a commentary with Michael Tharm again. I did one for Mighty Joe Young on my channel. Trying to get rid of the sort of black outline around that. That's better, and then I'll just blur it a little bit. There we go. Yeah, okay, so what was I going to do? Oh yeah, I was going to open up a layer from episode 3, just to see something. It's actually this one here. Hey, this is an animated one. Oh, so this is what would have been when Mia was opening her eyes. This is what you would see in the background. Oh, look, and there's the Mega Raptor. Look at that. You don't see this image properly in the episode because she's like blinking. Obviously, this is the full uncropped frame. Actually, this is quite interesting. You can see like Jess is slowly moving down. There's smoke, and then the Mega Raptor starts like bursts through the door there, straight at Wesley. I mean, he's got a clear shot at his brain if he just fired his gun. Have you seen The Most Dangerous Game from 1932? No, I haven't actually. Are we going to get a Dino-Defenders Extreme? Dilophosaurus asks, never not so clever at this. Nope. Yeah, actually, this is a good Instagram post as well, I think. Just showing sort of the behind the scenes. You can see my nod to Jurassic Park 3 over here with the claw marks in the top of the truck. I forgot about this, like the uncropped frame. But no, that's not what I'm looking for. That's not what I need. I need that frame, but with... what's his face? This is what I was looking for. So you got all the detail here, like screws on the floor and... a screwdriver and a box. But what I really want to do is cut Wesley out. Mainly because his stance is going to be pretty similar here for this frame. I'm not going to finish all the characters on stream. I'm just going to do the outline, and then I'll end the stream. Let me get this layer. We're going to just do a big white. Have you watched the Young Indiana Jones TV series? Asks David. And if not, do you have any plans to? I have watched a couple of the episodes when I was younger. I watched one about a vampire, I believe. And I can't remember. I've watched a few of them. I think Harrison Ford was in one of them. The one I watched. So we're gonna have. How thick is this line? Yeah, that's perfect. This is a test. I'm just seeing if this same pose will work. Because again, you don't really see this pose in the actual final frame of episode 3. Actually, why am I drawing all that again? I might as well just cut that out of this one here and then draw the rest on. So it's clear. Let's just use a rubber. Don't want his arms like that though. Let's see his head. I can decapitate him. See you later, Facts and Theories. Thanks for tuning in. Hmm. You know what? I'm just going to use this as a template, but yeah, no, I'm going to draw it all again. So let's try and work out his stance. So we want like one knee on the ground like this, and his boot be like that, and then on his Did I have him? I had him kneeling in another frame, didn't I, from episode 3? Let me try and get that up. It's the one where he's looking at the footprints on the floor. Oh, I have it right here. Would you believe? Oh, that's pretty handy, actually. He's not going to be in this exact same pose. Look at him. Ding, 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 ding. Oh, that's pretty handy, though. I want him to be like the other way around. Yeah, okay, so... oh my god. Start again. Get rid of this one. Put this one in the way. This one we want him to be see the difficulty with obviously in episode 3 a lot of characters were killed off, so Jack, your shoes are untied, by the way, says Titan of Serpents. Don't know what you're talking about, boy. Yeah, because I killed off a lot of characters in episode 3, there's a lot of characters I don't have to draw anymore. Oh, actually, I need his head to be turned, don't I? So maybe if I do it like... Oh, actually, you know what? What am I doing? Yeah, anyway. Yeah, I killed off a lot of characters in episode 3, so I don't have to draw them anymore, but consistency now, the thing I'm worrying about is cuts and bruises on characters and stuff. Like, I'm gonna have to make sure that all their injuries and stuff match up. So I will be like referring to other frames to get their cuts and stuff all correct. Yo, Mike Farm. It says, afternoon, Jack. Thanks for your comment on Wildlife on Mars trailer. It really touched me, along with everyone else's kind comments. Oh man, dude, that trailer was awesome, and just in time for Jurassic June, eh? You did good, man. I really, really, really can't wait to see it. See the full thing. I'm just roughly drawing out his gun here. You Duff says, can I suggest you one of the best video games? It's on mobile and it's called Soul Knight. Well, you can suggest it, but I don't play mobile games, so it's kind of lost on me, I'm afraid. I was up until a little late rendering it out, so just missed Ray's birthday, but only by an hour or so since Smoke Farm. Nice. Ilyes says, ooh, new Dino-Defenders. Yes. Today is David Prowse's birthday. Gotta hit the sack, says Never's not so clever at this. I'll catch you on the next one. Cheers, man. Cheers for coming. Thank you very much for tuning in and for the kind words. This is what I like about doing this episode, is a lot of the characters are going to be in more dynamic positions because there's a lot of action in this episode. But like I said, I won't be finishing the characters today. I won't be like colouring them in. I'm just going to do the outline of Wesley here, and then I'll probably do Jess, and then I'll end the stream. Ah, well, that's the opposite leg, isn't it? Because he is, yeah, and he has that thing around his leg there. Okay, so that's the kind of rough look of this guy. His legs looking a bit demented. I'll just take it down a notch. redo his leg on this side. Do it more kneeling. Like he's ready to go. Soul Knight is also available on Switch. Don't know if you have a Switch though. Yeah, we were gifted a Switch by some friends of ours many years ago when they first came out. When we got married, our friends were very kind. They all pitched in together and got us one. I don't really play it much though. David, I mean, not to say I don't appreciate the gift. I completed Zelda on it when that first came out. And loved every minute of it. I thought it was a great game, except for the very end. Yeah. Anyway, do you like Citizen Kane and Casablanca? Says David. I watched Citizen Kane many years ago, and I can't really remember what my opinion of that film was. But I went to the cinema and saw Casablanca because they did a re-release of that film. And I loved every minute of it. I think that's a fantastic movie. So this, I want him to be a bit more guarded, so we're gonna... I'm actually gonna copy that. Delete it. Make it a new layer. Okay, so you can see this guy is looking messy, but I get rid of that. Okay, now what I'm going to do is merge those layers. We're going to just do it again. We're going to use a different colour. We're going to trace over it again. And I'm going to call this Wesley Lines for the new layer. I'm going to make them blue. So if we open up the frame before this, where is it? This one. We can see that his hair is all scruffed up. Yeah, that seems to work as it is. Alright. Favorite video game? Roller Coaster Tycoon 2, probably. I had the most fun playing that game when I was little, so that's always my go-to answer. But I have no idea like how I'd feel about it now. I've always wanted to do it on stream. Maybe one day. Wesley's going to be holding his gun close to his face. just going to have the holster, or the bit that he holds. Like so. Favorite live action TV show? Red Dwarf. It's either Red Dwarf. Yeah, Red Dwarf. I'm going to stick with Red Dwarf. Love that show. Can't wait to finally see the new series. Potentially final series, I believe. Like seriously, the most gems second in-game currency in Soul Knight you can buy is only $4. Yeah, sorry, Duff. I'll admit I have no interest in mobile games like that. I'd rather paint, if I'm honest. What would I do with a live-action King Kong show? Have it set after the original 1933 King Kong, but do it in black and white, just like the old film. And have it about a team of explorers who are going to Skull Island to document the dinosaurs, and do it so it's just before, set in between the time of Carl Denham going to the island in Son of Kong, so it ties into all of the old films. Son of Kong sequel series, says Mike Val. Yeah, Mrs. Kong. Queen Kong. Senor Kong. Yeah, I guess Queen Kong was a thing, says Titan of Serpents. I've heard all sorts of King Kong related sort of spoofs and spin-offs and stuff has been made. How about Senator Kong? Okay. He's so intelligent, he goes... he's so intelligent or stupid, he goes to work at Americans... Congress. He's a congressman. Congressman Kong. It's Congressman Kong. Okay, so now I can get rid of that one. We can see we've got some... like Wesley. Ah, look, he's missing an arm. making his jacket a bit bigger. Do you have any plans to read the King Kong books? It asks David. Not at the moment. Darth says, Disney just retconned, I don't know how to spell that, the sequel trilogy for me because they were disgusted how they ruined Anakin as the chosen one. I mean, if Disney did go ahead and retcon those films, that'd be so funny. It's such a weak move. Like, I don't like those films whatsoever, but it's like, how pathetic do you need to be to like retcon your movies that you just made? Like, might actually bring his eyes down a little bit. And let's open up get the character sheets. Oh, wrong one. Didn't mean to open that one. No. Oh no, actually I can get it from here. Wesley. Looking for Wesley's gun. Where is it? Wesley walking, Wesley cart, Wesley leaning. There's so many layers in this. You know what, it'd be quicker if I just open up the file that I wanted, which is this one here, because I think Wesley's gun is in this. Wesley gun, there we go. Look at that. So now I can just get the proportions right. I can see why people say they're monsters in Jurassic Park Titan of Serpents. There are a lot of things the dinosaurs do in that film series which animals wouldn't do. But I know what you're saying as well. Like they give them sort of tweaks in their behaviour that make them seem more animalistic. So I understand your point. I wouldn't call them necessarily monsters. They're their own species, aren't they? They're like a new breed of animal. Dinosaur Bro says, what are you using to animate? Well, I paint all the layers in Photoshop and all the characters and all that sort of stuff like this, and then I animate in a program called VideoPad. Okay, I think, guys, I am going to be done for today, actually. I think that's it for now. I just need to add his belt down there like that, and then add 5, and then just add this. Yeah, so I'm not going to do the colour or anything today, but there we go. There's Wesley. His gun is looking a little bit short. Let's extend that out. Actually, it's this whole bit here needs to go down, doesn't it? Like so, and then extend the barrel. And then I'm going to place him like that. Okay, so today we did Wesley and we got the background. So we went from, where is it? We went from this. So there you go. We went from this frame here. That's what it looked like at the beginning because it's the watercolor. So we went from that to this with a little Wesley cut out in the foreground, and in this frame, obviously Wesley's there. Look, you're gonna have the Mega Raptor walk in. Like this is not the actual animation, but after a while, the Mega Raptor is gonna walk in like this. Maybe even a little bit bigger than that because Wesley's like. Yeah, maybe about that big. It's going to walk in here. So there you go. Let's get that. It's like a final frame. And I'll save it. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Cretaceous the Hunted says Jurassic June is over. Happy Jurassic June. Yes, and now we're on to Jurassic July. Morning, Cretaceous. Sorry that you've just chimed in as I'm about to go. But yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed this stream, and I will be back in the near future to do some more. I think there's a background actually. I've got a few more backgrounds upcoming, like this one, which is an exciting one because this is just like a big, and as you can read at the bottom, it just says Battleground. So this is like a big open area, lots of forest, so it's going to be a really fun one to animate. But anyway, yeah, there we go, guys. I hope you enjoyed today's stream, and I will catch you in the near future. Bye bye.